Hello and welcome to Thursday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where a puzzle that we've had a lot of recommendations to try is what I'm going to be attempting in this video. It's called Ubiquitous, one of my favourite words actually, ubiquitous, and it's by Nicolas Duhail. And I have done a Nicolas Duhail puzzle before on the channel. I want to say last summer, around last summer. I think that was, I remember it being a good puzzle. I think that might have been a Region Sumline puzzle. I can't quite remember. Was it called Regions? R-E-G sort of I-O rather than... Sorry, 1-O rather than I-O. It might have been. Anyway, I'm looking forward to trying this. I found it on Logic Masters. Let me show you. It has a huge rating, 4 stars out of 5, but it's the comments that really struck me. Lots of people saying that this is a simply amazing puzzle. Awesome break-in, says Anti-Knight. Snooker Fan, who's an excellent judge for puzzle, says it's pure class. So I think we're in for a bit of a treat. And I'll read you the rules, which will not take long. This is one of those unusual puzzles nowadays that sort of just breathes elegance in the sense that it only has 2 sentences of rules, and one of those is that normal Sudoku rules apply. So we'll read those rules properly in a moment or two's time. Let me look at my list of things to talk about before that. There isn't much today, but I will mention that it is the 19th of February, which means that if you are battling with our monthly competition over on Patreon, you've got 1 day left. Let's see where we're up to. So this was the state of play last time I refreshed. So we had 348 for the final puzzle there, and we're now 460. That's fantastic. 1,800 souls of puzzle 1. It's brilliant work. It really is. And there will be, I think, many people who are sort of... It looks like there's around 30 people, I would guess, who've solved all but all the puzzles, and just trying to get over the final hurdles, the last 2 or 3. So do persevere. There's still plenty of time. There's still plenty of time if you've not started yet. I think the earliest entry we got in from somebody... So we released the hunt on the 1st of February at 4 p.m. And I'm pretty sure about 4 hours later, somebody submitted all of the solutions. So if you're really speedy solver, you've got loads of time left. You can leave it till tomorrow. Anyway, do have a go. A huge thanks to the Skunk Works for creating such a lovely, lovely series of puzzles. The feedback we've been getting has been terrific. Anything else to mention? We haven't scheduled the new blueprints for next Monday yet. I hope that will... I hope that will happen. I just need to confirm with Mark. Other than that, there should be a crossword video tomorrow morning as a bonus. But I've got 2 birthdays to do. Let me look at my list. Valentina, it's your birthday today. I know this because your partner Nicholas wrote to us from is it Puerto Monte or is it Puerto Montt in Chile? And should that be Chile? I'm never quite sure. But that is phenomenal, isn't it? I think you've both been watching since the original Miracle during COVID. That feels like thank goodness, it feels like a long time ago now, doesn't it? But thank you both for watching. Valentina, I hope you have a brilliant birthday today. And I hope there is chocolate cake aplenty in store for you. Now, we're going to go slightly north of Chile to Ontario, Canada, for our next birthday, where Patrick, you've turned 21 today. That's an important birthday, my friend. I know this because your mother wrote to me, your mother Michelle. Apparently you've been watching for years and you've become, I think as a result, a big fan of puzzles. That is the sort of message that warms the cockles of my heart. To hear that the channel has actually got somebody into puzzles, rather than them already being into puzzles and then getting more into puzzles. But to find somebody who's sort of maybe only lightly into puzzles, but then becomes really heavily invested. That suggests we've inspired a little bit of true passion, which is fabulous. I hope it's true. Anyway, Patrick, many happy returns. I hope you have a brilliant birthday today, and I hope that the chocolate cake over there in Ontario is exceptionally well iced. Now, with all that said and done, let's have a look at the rules of Ubiquitous. Ubiquitous, if something's ubiquitous, it's sort of ever present everywhere, isn't it? So it's all over the place, which I guess is a reference to the fact that there aren't many cells in this puzzle that aren't covered with blue lines. But the rules are as follows. We've got normal Sudoku rules applying. So we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Box borders divide each blue line into segments with the same sum. So what that means is, okay, that's good. That's just a text message. So what we do is we take a blue line. Let's take this blue line, and we find where the 3x3 box borders cut the line. So you can see it sort of goes arrives here, and it arrives at a box border. So these form a segment. These form the next segment. Oh, actually, this is a complicated line. That forms a segment. That forms a segment. That forms this most complicated line ever. I suppose because it's ubiquitous, I shouldn't be surprised. Right, so what we're basically being told is that all of these segments, each individual segment there has the same sum. So whatever that green one adds up to is the same as the red one, it's the same as the indigo one, etc., etc. So that will result in some sort of restriction that will hopefully allow us to solve the puzzle. That's all the rules, believe it or not. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get to cracking. My phone's going nuts at the moment. Okay, so where is the... Normally, with a puzzle involving region sum lines, a good thing to look at is to try and find a line. It's to try and find a line where there's a big discrepancy in the length of segments. But unfortunately, I'm not... this has got 2 cells, but a lot of those are 2 cells apart from that one that's 3 cells. The ideal one, the most common one, is a 2 versus 5. If you've got a 2-cell segment and then there's a 5-cell segment on the same line, you know the triangular number for 5 is 15, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So you know the 2-cell segment must be made up of digits that add up to at least 15, which is typically a very common start to these puzzles. I'm not actually seeing much discrepancy at all here. This one looks like it was trying to be 5 versus 2, but that segment is only 4 cells long. So the minimum sum of those 4 cells is 10, which means each of these dominoes is adding to at least 10. Now, no, 10 will work. We can't go that much above 10, actually. Yeah, that's going to be it, isn't it? So if we look at... Actually, I would almost like to restore my shading. Let me just show you these two cell dominoes here. Let's just highlight these ones for a moment. And let's think about these. So what I was thinking is that each of these domino totals, they're all adding to the same sum, and they all have to be a different way of making that sum up. So let's use 13 as an example. Is it possible the region sum total on this line is 13? No, because for it to be 13, there would have to be 4 different ways of making a domino sum to 13, and there aren't. There are only 3 different ways. So we could have you could have a 6, 7 there. We're not going to meme it. A 5, 8 there. A 4, 9 there. But then what would this be? There isn't a 4th way to make 13 from 2 digits. So this could be nothing. If you try to put 4, 9 there, this cell couldn't exist. If you try to put 5, 8 there, this cell couldn't exist. And if you try to put 6, 7 there, you'll most certainly have a problem. So we need a 2-digit total that can be expressed in 4 different ways. Now, okay. Now I think ordinarily there are 3 such totals, 9, 10 and 11. 9 can be 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5. 10 can be 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, 4, 6. And 11 can be 2, 9, 3, 8, 4, 7, 5, 6. But we know this one isn't 9 because of this. You can't make 4 different Sudoku digits. add up to 9. The triangular number for 4 is 10. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. So we know that the dominoes here add up to... So we know the dominoes add up to 10 or 11. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. And that tells us which one it is, this line actually. Because if it was 10, you couldn't make this add up to 10, because the only way of making 10 in 4 different digits is 1, 2, 3, 4. And now how are we going to make a domino add to 10? You can't put double 5 into it. Sudoku rules will not allow it. And you can't use a small digit. So there's no way that digit, or that domino, that purple domino, could add up to 10. So I think we're looking at 11. That is very cute, actually. And if it is 11, this is not 2, 9, 3, 8, or 5, 6. So that purple one is 4, 7. Which means we need 6, 8, and 9 into the gaps of box 1. The line there wasn't quite ubiquitous, was it? Yeah. Okay. And that is a very peculiar naked single. I'm not very good at spotting naked singles, but for some reason I can see that one. What do I mean by naked single? A naked single is it's nothing rude. It's just a cell in a Sudoku grid that sees every other digit. And because we know that each coloured domino here adds up to 11 in a different way, we know those dominoes use 2, 9, 3, 8, 4, 7 and 5, 6, which only leaves the digit 1, and that cell sees all the digits in the dominoes. So it's a 1. That's all we can really say, which means this is not a 1. Sorry, I've stopped talking because I can't see what to do with that. I know that's 4, 7. So between them, these are 2, 9, 3, 8, 5, 6. And yes, okay. So I'm going to change tack slightly now. And I'm going to look at row 4, and I'm going to share a secret with you. I haven't talked about the secret for at least a day. Don't think we did it in Marty's puzzle yesterday. No, I'm pretty sure we didn't. Anyway, there is a secret of Sudoku, and it's something I share with only my very favourite people. And if you're watching this video, of course, you're one of my favourite people, so I will share the secret of Sudoku with you. The secret of Sudoku is that any complete row, indeed any complete column, any complete box, because of the rules of Sudoku, they contain the digits 1 to 9 once each. Let me just check the recording's working. I had a horrible feeling then it might not have done, but it is working. So if we have the digits 1 to 9 once each in this row, we know the sum of this row, don't we? It's the triangular number for 9. 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2, not plus 2, plus 1 at the end, is 45. That is the secret. So I know this row sums to 45, but we've just said that segment, I haven't got a colour for it, but that segment sums to 11. This segment sums to 11. So these 6 cells sum to 22. The whole row sums to 45. So this segment sums to 23, and that's very restricted. There is only one way to do that in Sudoku, and that is with 6, 8, 9. So now this segment sums to 23, and that segment that sums to 11. So 23 and 11 is 34. So the secret tells us that this domino is purple. That is what that secret tells us, which is quite beautiful, actually. How do we get that? Well, we worked out that logic we just did told us this domino sums to 11, and we know all the various flavours of 11 dominoes because we've coloured them. And this one, this domino here, which adds to 11, it can't be the grey one. And if it was the orange or the green one, these digits couldn't exist. So it's got to be the purple one. So that's 4, 7. So 4 and 7 are well, they're 2 of these 3 cells, which actually isn't telling me anything. And oh, sorry, I've not got anything there. So 1 is in one of 4 places in box 3. I don't even think that's worth pencil marking. Okay, sorry, I'm not seeing anything now. Bobbins. I think that's the phrase we're looking for. There's got to be a 7 in row 4, and the 7 is going to be on an 11 segment, so it's going to have a 1 and a 3 with it. So either red is 713 or yellow is 713. I don't know which of those is true. But I am now seeing that this is the same pattern, isn't it? Well, it's not quite the same pattern, but it's got the same core. It's not a numeric core a la blueprints, but look, yeah, this is quite interesting. Look at this shape. Now, this shape has been, that core shape there that can I highlight it somehow? Just so, I just want to turn on and off. No, that's not really working, is it? Let me go to a different colour. No, that didn't. Can you see which cells I'm highlighting on and off there in that brown colour? It's a revolting colour, but that shape actually is the same as this shape, isn't it? Those are the same shape. Now it's a bit different though, because we don't have it on this top shape. We don't have this extended piece that goes into another box that's a 4-cell segment. So we can't tell this time whether this is a 9, 10 or 11 segment. I think it's got the same properties in terms of, hang on, let's get rid of those 3-cell segments so I've got enough colours I can use. Now, what colour can that one be? What have I not used up at the top? In fact, let's get rid of the 4-cell segment there, and I could use that one again. I don't know which colour I've not used in my palette. There's one of them. Oh, no, I have used orange. I should have used 8 colours, which means I should have... Oh, yellow's spare. Oh, well, let's make that one yellow. Okay. So it's the same principle here, isn't it? Whatever this segment sum is, there have to be 4 different ways to make it work, because each of those dominoes must be a different way of making that sum. Otherwise you would get a repeated domino. Which means that, and we've worked out already that the possible totals, the possible domino totals that have 4 different ways of working them out are 9, 10 and 11. Now this time we do know something. Because we've learned that this digit that sits at the centre of that sort of weird shape is it's a naked single, but it's not. Okay, so this is not 11. This bottom line isn't 11 because that would put a 1 here as a naked single, which would clash. So if these dominoes added up to 10. Then we can just use the secret, can't we? They would add up to 40, and this would be, to get to 45, this would be a 5. But if these add up to 9, those dominoes would add up to 36, and this would be a 9. So this is 5 or 9, depending on... Yeah, okay, I can do this, though. This is 10s, isn't it? Because this can't add up to 9. It's actually, this is a lovely puzzle. The way it's structured is it's been very, very well set. Yeah, remember this segment sums to 11. Well, if this segment only added up to 9, then these 6 cells would add up to 20. And that's impossible, because the triangular number for 6 is 21, i.e. if we populated these cells with the very minimum we could possibly populate them with, they would add up to 21 if we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 into them. So they cannot add up to 20, which they would if this was a 9 segment. So this bottom line is made up of 10 segments, and that makes this a 5. And I thought that was going to do something. Well, it still puts pressure on. So yes, because it's only increasing this sum by 1, isn't it? So now these do add up to 21, which means these digits are the rump of the digits. We've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sort of sextuplet in box 5, made up of an 11 sum and a 10 sum. So by the secret we could say these add up to 24, or we could simply note that these digits have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and that by default makes these 7, 8 and 9. So we've got 8 and 9 being pushed into 2 of these cells by Sudoku. We said in this row there's a 7. I don't know where it's in one of those 3 now, so this has got to be a 1, 3, 7 triple to add up to 11, and this is going to be 2, 4, 5. And the lovely thing is that 2, 4, 5 does add up to 11, so it suggests we're on the right lines. Okay, and if this is 2, 4, 5, that's 1, 3, 6, and this isn't a 1, and 1, 3 and 6 add up to 10. And from this, we're going to say, I don't know, I'm not sure. Oh dear. Is there any way we know how to resolve these dominoes? I seem to know I know they're totals, but it feels like I ought to be, no, it feels like I ought to know a little bit more, doesn't it? I mean, I can see weird things, like in row 7, this digit and this digit, whatever they are, they have to appear in row 7, and they're going to be in the wings of row 7. So this digit, which partners up with red to make 10, can't be in any of these other dominoes. So it's either there or there, and this digit has the same property. So these are sort of a red-yellow pair. And the same must be true up here. So these are going to be a green-orange pair. So I know one of these digits is a 2, 3, or a 5. That's useless. Absolutely useless. I don't know then. Okay, it's probably one of the other lines, these sort of ear-shaped lines that we've got. We've got a left ear and a right ear. Which ear should we use? This one goes through 3 boxes. This one goes through 2 boxes. But this has a 5-cell segment on it. Yeah, let's think about that. So the indigo domino here, we know that sums to 10. So I was going to say that the minimum sum of this 5-cell segment was 15, but that certainly is not possible. Because if this did add to 15, these 7 cells would add to 25, and that would mean by the secret this domino added up to 20, which is definitely impossible. So this segment adds up to, well, if we max these out, they would be a 9-8 pair, which is 17. So 27, 18 is the absolute minimum. 18 is the minimum for this. But the maximum for that, see, that's quite interesting. These cells can't be many high digits, so what's the maximum we could put on that line? It would be a 7, a 5, a 4 and a 3, which is 19. What did I just say this was? Hang on. 19. Did I say 19 for this, or did I say a different number? I can't remember. If that was 17, 27, 18... Oh, 18. Ah! Well, it's close. Okay, so we're very close to reaching an equilibrium. This has to be it can't add up to more than 19, and yet it must add up to at least 18. So it is 18 or 19. So it must have 7 on it, mustn't it? If it hasn't got 7 on it, its maximum sum is 14, 5, 4, 3, 2. So 7 is in one of those two cells. And it's okay, and it's either going to be 7, 5, 4, 3 or 7, 5, 4, 2. It doesn't have 1 on it. If it had 1 on it, I don't think we can make it big enough. I'm just going to check that, because that's going to place a 1 as well. If this had 1 on it, the other digits could be 7, 5, 4, couldn't they? 16, 17. 17 is not enough for this. We said that was at least 18. So 1 is in one of those two cells of box 6, which means it's here. And 1 is in one of these two cells of box 3. That's okay. So we get a 1 here by Sudoku, which means this isn't a 1. Does this line have to have 1 on it? I think it probably, yeah, it does. It does, because it's sort of, you can do a triangular number trick, but if you miss off a 1 off a 5-cell line, it's going to add to at least 20, because 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 20. And I only know that because I know the triangular number for 6 is 21, and I just knock a 1 out of the total. So 20 is too big. So there is a 1 on this line, but I don't know where it goes. And this is adding up to 18 or 19. And this line has to have 5 and 4 on it as well, doesn't it? So this digit is a 2 or a 3, depending on what the total of this line is. Okay, well, it's not 3, so that's a 2. So this line is 3, 4, 5, 7. Yeah, which takes it up to 19, which means this is adding to 19. Okay, so we can now do maths, because if that's 19, which it is by logic, and that indigo domino is 10, that's 29, which to take the box up to 45 means this domino adds up to 16, which must be a 7-9 pair. Which means that this, which is a 10 domino, is not got odd numbers on it. So it's either 2, 8 in this specific order, or it's 4, 6 either way round. So 5 is now definitely on this line. 3 is definitely on this line. And then, okay, and then whichever domino is not used in indigo then reverts to the line to bring the line up to a 19 total. It's quite interesting, isn't it? It really is. Don't mock me. I think it's interesting. And I haven't even looked at my left ear yet. But the left ear, I've got more segments, but they're more closely... Well, no, they don't have a 5-cell segment, is all I'm thinking. What have we got here? We've got 25. So we know those cells, which colour was it I didn't use? We know those 4 cells add up to 20. So the maximum size of that 3-cell segment would be to put a 1 here. And that's going to be 19. Yeah, that's a little interesting, because this is a 4-cell segment that hasn't got 1 or 3 on it. 2, 4, 5, 6. Although you can't put 2, 4, 5, 6 on this segment because of this 8, 9 pencil mark. I could put 1 of 8 and 9 here. Yeah, in fact, I must put, that's important, isn't it? I must put 8 or 9 here. If these were an 8, 9 pair, I'd have 17 on this line already, And by the time I added these 2 digits in, it would add up to at least, well, it would add up to more than 20 because you couldn't include a 1 on this. But we said that that's a maximum of 19. So this is 8 or 9. And one of 8 and 9 only is on the line. So the minimum value of this line is 2, 4, 5, 8, which is 19, Right. So okay, so this line is it's actually perhaps even more constrained than this line, because these 4 cells, the absolute minimum I can make them add up to, given I'm not allowed to use 1s and 3s, and I must use an 8 or a 9 or both, is 2, 4, 5, 8, which adds up to 19, but this couldn't add up to more than 19. So this is 19 and this is a 1, which means this is not a 1. Now, oh, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Right, this 1, what's it telling us about these 10 dominoes? It's telling us neither of these have a 9 on them, because if they had a 9 on them, they'd have a 1 on them to add up to 10. So the 9 is in one of those 3 cells, but I've got a 7-9 pair here. So that's a 9, which might matter. 9 is in one of those 3 cells. Yeah, this is a 1-9 domino, actually. Right, let's explain how I'm getting that. Yeah, it's because 1 is... I don't know where 1 is quite in box 9, but I know it's in this domino. So 1 is in one of these 3 cells. So if we look at 1 and 9 and the pencil marks, this 10 domino has definitely got either 1 or 9 on it. And once it's got either 1 or 9 on it, it must have both. So this digit is not 1 or 9. This is a 1-9 pair. This is a... Well, this is a 10 domino, isn't it? Because I've got sort of 10, 10, a 9, 1, and a 5. So this is a 10 domino. But it's not the 1, 9. Yeah, it must be the indigo 10 domino, this one. Because it's not the red one, it's not the yellow one, and it can't be the green one, because the green one we've established is the 1, 9 one, so it's that one. It's the other one. So it's an even domino. It's sort of 2s and 8s or 4s and 6s. And okay, and I can get rid of... Oh, hang on, I can do... This is an... Oh, look. This 4-cell segment has got an 8 on it, and that meant this was a 9, and that's actually resolving some thingies. Oh, it really is. Yeah, it really is. This is a 9 in the corner. Not worth singing for, but perhaps worth celebrating. And this digit is a 6 by Sudoku. And there's a 2 in one of these cells by Sudoku. You can get rid of these corner pencil marks. The 8... The 8 is definitely in one of these cells. Oh look, there's all sorts of things. I haven't been paying attention to Sudoku at all. Some of you will not be surprised by this, but it... Okay, so there's a 3 in one of these. And there's a 2 in one of these. And somehow, some way, this will do something. Yeah, okay. I don't know how it's going to do something, but it's going to do something. Oh dear. I don't know what to do. Oh, that's dreadful, isn't it? It's almost certainly some Sudoku-y type point. Let's think about how we might be able to figure that out. Is it the 7 down here? Don't think it is. I know that's an even domino. One of these is even, one of these is odd. 9. Oh dear. I'm sorry, I can't see it. I really can't, actually. Is it? Oh, I'll tell you something. Okay, 9 in box 2 is restricted. That's weird. That's weird and really rather magical. Okay, 9 in box 2 is either in the green domino or the orange domino, which means one of those dominoes, because these ones at the top add up to 11, one of these is a 2-9 domino. I don't know which one. I don't think I do anyway. But whichever one it is, what it's actually affecting, I think, is box 3. Because we now know that orange or green is a 2-9 domino, we know grey is not a 2-9 domino, which means 9 in box 3 is in a domino, but not the dominoes that are coloured. Now that means that is not 9. It means that this is a 7, this is a 9, so that is a 9. This is now not a 7. That's a 4 or a 5. And presumably, I don't know if this is going to do anything. It might not. No, I don't know, actually. Golly gosh, okay. Is it 2, 3, 5 here? What's this segment? Oh, we don't really know, do we? Well, or do we? Hang on, let me just think that through. This is a 23 segment. And at the moment I've got a 9 and a 1 on it, so the other 3 digits add up to 10. But I know this is an 11 segment. And there are 2 ways to make this 11 segment work at the moment. It's either 3, 8 or 5, 6. And whatever... So 2 in this box is on this line now. But not there. I don't think I can quite do something with that. So this is 5, 6 or 3, 8. And okay, see there's a 6 or an 8. So imagine this was 5, 6. That would throw a 6 by Sudoku up here, wouldn't it? Because the 6 would find a friend here. But if this is 3, 8, it would find a friend here and throw an 8 up here. So these digits at the top, or in these 3 cells, which apparently definitely include a 4 and a 7, also include a 6 or an 8. Yeah, and that's actually gorgeous. This is brilliant. This is brilliant because now I can ask where 5 goes in box 2. And again, I don't really know the answer to that. But I do know it's not one of these digits. So it's been thrown into a colour. And once it's thrown into a colour, it's got to join 6. So these coloured cells are now 2, 9 and 5, 6. Which means this top thing is 4, 7, 8. And this is a naked single. It is a 3, which means that this is a 6 by Sudoku. This is now not a 6, but we remember this domino added up to 10, so we can do a little bit of polishing there. Oh no, that digit's not 9. Hang on, what do we need in this column? 2, 4, 7, 8. Oh, bobbins. Bobbins, that doesn't resolve, I don't think. But oh no, that doesn't work either. This 1 at the bottom is lovely. So that does 1 and 3. That's going to help because there's a 3, 7 domino to find in box 8, and now that seems to have to be the red domino, which means this is an even domino, so it's 2, 8 or 4, 6. I don't know which one. That's a 3, 7. So this isn't a 7. Oh no! Come on. Really? That's bizarre, isn't it? That doesn't seem to resolve. This one, do I know that one now? No. What have I just learned? Let's try and use the information you've just learned, Simon. So you've just got that this was 3, 7. I've got... Oh, Nicholas, what have you done here? This is, it's holding up, isn't it? There's a point. Where's 7 in row 6? It seems to have to go there. So that might help us. There's definitely a 3 in this domino. There's definitely an 8 in this domino, or not domino, but across those two cells. So this 7, what's that doing? Yes, that's doing work. 7, 4. This is not a 4. This is not a 4, so this is not a 6. And no, it's still not quite. It's not rolling over and letting us tickle its tummy. It's not one of those, like those friendly dogs in Blueprints yet. Okay, I mean, is it this segment? I've not really thought about that segment. We know what... Yeah, this adds up to 19. Yes, it must have an 8 on it. It must have an 8 on it, because it doesn't have a 9 on it. And if it didn't have an 8 on it, its maximum sum would be 5, 6, 7, which is only 18. So it does have an 8 on it, which apparently is of absolutely no use nor ornament. So... It's quite hard for that cell, well, it's impossible, it's quite hard for that cell to be red, but not, I think, impossible. It can't be red. Remember these two wing cells we worked out were either this cell or this cell. If this was red, it would be a 3 or a 7. Well, it couldn't be a 3 because it adds up to 19, and that would make this domino add up to 16, and you can't do that. It would have to be 7, 9, which fails for any number of reasons, not least that there wouldn't be 8 on the line. But if it's 7, it would be 7, 8, 4. Yeah, that doesn't work, actually. That's actually very, very cute. Good grief. Right, this is not a red digit, because to be a red digit, as I explained, it definitely isn't 3, so it would have to be 7. Whoops. But if it's 7, this domino adds up to 12 without using 9 or 7 and including 8. So it's 4 and 8. And then the question would be, where is 4 and 8 in column 1? Now this cell could be 4 or 8, but I don't see any other cell that could be. It seems right, doesn't it? So I think this can't be 7, and it also can't be 3, so it has to be a yellow digit. But that means that this cell, this is great. That's great, because that means this cell has to go here in row 7, and that's a 3 or a 7, but it's not a 7, so that is a 3. Oh dear. That's extraordinary. I don't think that's doing anything. Oh, well, I suppose it resolves. It resolves that. 3 is in one of those 3 cells. We know 3 can't be on that line. We worked that out. Because it would be 3, 7, 9. So there is an X-wing. Good grief. There's an X-wing of 3s in those cells. What do I mean by that? Well, I suppose the simplest way is because 3 is in both of these dominoes, we could ask, where's 3 in column 3? That's the simplest way of explaining it. It can't be there. It can't be there. Doesn't seem to be able to be there, so it has to be here. So that's a 3. And that's beautiful in box 3, because that's now forcing the grey domino to have a 3 in it. And once it's got a 3 in it, it's got to have an 8 in it. So this is 3, 8. Oh no, did I? I knew that already. I've just realised I knew that already because I worked out what those ones were. So I could have written 3, 8 in here ages ago. I don't think it would have done very much for me, but it's just distressing that I didn't see it. Oh no. Okay, so right, let's think about this cell then, because that is the same as this cell. So that is 2, 4, 6 or 8, but we can see it sees 6, so it's not 6 there, so it's not 6 there, which means this is not 4. Okay. I suppose this isn't 2 either, is it? Because if it was 2, these would have to be an 8-9 pair to get us up to 19. So that is now 4 or 8, which means that if this isn't 2, this isn't 8. So 2-6 pair and a 4-8 pair in the row. Oh, we must be close now to cracking this, are we? That's not 6. Why did I have a... Oh, I think that's an anachronism, that's 6. I think I mispencil marked it. Okay. It's going to be something like... I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. If it's 4, then this is a 7-8 pair, which would have to be in a very specific order. So if this is 4, I don't think there's an issue with that, but that might be wrong. And if it's 8, these are adding up to 11, but then they could be 5, 6 or 4, 7. Oh dear. Okay, so I don't think I know how to do this. Oh no, I do know how. Oh no, I don't. Oh, I do. I do know how to do it. Yes. Okay, it would help me. It would have helped me probably if I'd coloured these individually. But look at yellow. We worked out that this digit is the same as this digit. So let me just label those with A. So where is A in row 9? That's the question. A is even, so it's there. It's definitely that. Therefore, this is not a 5. But more importantly, we've worked out that this digit is 4 or 8. And it sees 4 in the column, so it's 8. So that's 8, that's 8, that's 2, that's 6, that's 4. That is now not 4, which says this is 4, look. So we can do lots actually. You can get an 8-5 pair over here. So this is a 2-4 pair, that's a 3-5 pair. That's a 2 now. It sees a 5, so this is a 5. So this domino is now a 5-9 pair by Sudoku, which means the top digits there are 1, 2 and something. 1, 2 and 6, that looks right. We're chocolate teapotted with that. That's a 1, 2, 6 triple, and we can get rid of 1 from there, 2 from there, and 6 from there. But never mind, it's still a win for the goodies. We're going to take that. Now this is not 2, 8, so this is 6, 4, and we can see the order. So this is a 2. Okay, this now is not 2, 9 because it sees a 2 in the column. So that's 5, 6. So this is 2, 9. And if this is 5, 6, this is 4, this is 5. So this is a 7 naked single. This is a 4, 8 pair. It must be resolved, I think. Yeah, there's a 4 at the bottom of the grid. So that's 8, that's 4, that's 7. Yeah, this is done, I think. Well, not the puzzle, not the puzzle, but certainly this box is done. I'll probably have to think about those two cells, but let me just consider these. These are 1, 2, and 5. Now, does that make sense? 8, 16, 19. Was this line 19? I can't remember now. 11. Yeah, 19 looks right. Okay. So this isn't 1. This isn't 2. This 8 means we can resolve the 8 and the 3 up here. So that resolves the 3 and the 5. I've got a 1, 2 pair in column 7. I can do the 8 and the 6 in here. So this is a 1, this is a 2. That unwinds our chocolate teapot. This is a 1, this is a 5, this is a 2. This is an 8, this is a 6. So 6 is now on this line. So what do we need with that 5 to get the total to be correct? Although that doesn't seem to resolve the Sudoku. In this column we need 2, 4 and 7. So that's a okay, that is a 4 or a 7. And 2 in this column only has one place to go. So 2, 4, 4, 7. 7 here. 7, 3. Oh, okay, we'll leave that till last. I think we're going to get a 3 in the corner. That might be wrong, but I think we are. That's a 2. And the last, oh no, hang on, let's do the top as well. 2, 9, 9, 5, 5, 6, and the last digit. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Losing its religion. Lovely puzzle. Congrats. I hope you enjoyed. This puzzle was inspired by Happiness by Pep9. So is that a different puzzle? If we go and click on that, that might be another puzzle to do. Very appropriately named. It brought me a lot of happiness. Your Ubiquitous puzzle, Nicholas. That was very, very, very good indeed, actually. It was beautiful. I completely agree with those comments we saw earlier that said it is class. That is class in a glass. Let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.